Que Paso Mufaso. It is the number one conservative slash libertarian slash hip hop dude, hipster in the hood, Walt Diddy. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Got a great show for you. No need for an intro. No need to prolong. We're going to get right into information. And you should be wondering, what you talking about? Walt Diddy. Trump is headed to SCOTUS again. Got some breaking news stories and other things that I would like to share with you. While YouTube is pushing out said algorithm, let's get to our first story. And if you're wondering what you're talking about, Walt Diddy, Kellogg's. It seems Kellogg's is in the hot seats, ladies and gentlemen. Shoppers call out Kellogg's CEO cereal for dinner pitch, struggling families. In a world where we are still trying to charge Donny J, in a world where Donny J is being kicked off the ballot, this flies under the radar, ladies and gentlemen, from Kellogg's, makers of your favorite brands of cereals, up to including Tony the Tiger, Special K, and other things. Want you to have cereal for dinner. They realize inflation is high, but keeping Donny J in court is much more important. We all know that. I'm going to read so you don't have to. Kellogg's year-old campaign promoting cereal for dinner got some new life this week. New life in mothers like, what the hell you talking about, cereal for dinner? Those types of things. Moving down into the stories, ladies and gentlemen, we see Special K. Back in the day, Special K was the thing that you ate when you wanted to lose weight. For some reason, I don't know why that reason was, but it's true. Getting a little deeper, this is said commercial that tells you to eat cereal for dinner. And I'm going to shut up and let you take a look. And moms, and dads. No,
when I say cereal, you say dinner. Cereal.
Dinner!
Cereal.
Dinner!
Chicken!
You can have the night off, chicken.
Oh, okay, I'll go marinate.
Cereal.
Dinner!
Cereal.
Dinner!
Hell no. That's what mom said. Is inflation that bad where we eat cereal for dinner? Now, me being the country boy that I am, I can make it work. But evidently that mothers are kind of PO'd about that. And as we can see, that is Kellogg's company right there. And they're in a lot of trouble. Kellogg's CEO Gary Pinchik, never trust anyone named Gary Pinchik, was blasted online after he suggested people eat cereal for dinner in a bid to save money on grocery prices. Now, that box of cereal, you have a family of 5. One box of cereal is not going to be filling enough for dinner. Or is it? I don't know these things. That lets you know how out of touch a good CEO is. You know, every once in a while, but I don't see you sitting down with your family of 5, busting out a box of Kellogg's cornflakes. No sugar, just the cornflakes. Here is some 2% milk. Bon appetit. It seems the CEO was asked about rising food prices, citing the 11% of disposable consumer income that is spent on food per the U.S. Department of Agriculture. So they keep up with the money. They know how much money, ma'am, it's not a secret. They know how much you are spending. It said Walmart, it said Target, and it said grocery stores. But there is the said CEO, Pinchik, told CNBC's Squawk Box Squawks on don't trust anything named Squawk, that it was a cost savings measure. He says, ma'am, save some money. Just pull out some Special K, some milk, a few bowls, and some spoons. Dinner is served. Dinner is served, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, do me a huge favor. Remember these 2 things before I leave this story. Number 1, Kellogg's is full of shit. If they think that everybody in suburbia and around said the United States want to pull out cereal for dinner. And number 2, if you grew up in the hood, cereal was for dinner. I'm serious. If you grew up in the hood, cereal was dinner a lot of nights. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You are rocking with Walt Diddy. Let's go to said chat. Shout out to Super Sly. Sly is doing a show right now on comics. After this one is over, I'm going to head over there. Hello to the one, the only, the lovely Queen who says salute Walt Diddy. And I say salute to you, madam. Thank you for being here. DBSH is in the house. That is Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Shout out to you for being here. The number one member of this channel, Double M Matt Mittens, says, hey, no default YouTube music. That sounds like cats getting run over by a lawnmower. Can't beat that. Shout out to everybody for being here. Absolutely, absolutely. That was number 2, Quina. If you are from said hood, said ghetto, said rural America, we call you trailer trash. You know about cereal for dinner. It's good, and it's good a lot of times, but not in 2024. I don't think Gen X is too keen upon it. I don't know these things. Shout out to Get This Work is in said house. Peace to everybody. I know you are wondering, you just came in. What you talking about, Walt Diddy? Trump, SCOTUS, again, we're going to be that's going to be our main topic. But before we do, I have one more interesting story that I think you need to know about, ladies and gentlemen. And it's all about Family Dollar. Family Dollar was the hood Walmart for many, many years. Many years, back to school clothes, Family Dollar. But check this out. Did you know mouse-infected warehouse lands Family Dollar stores with a record $41 million fine? Now, let's read this correctly. Mice do not get you a $41 million fine. Rats do. Rats do, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look into this to see what in the hell we can find out. That is Family Dollar. They changed the logo. That the orange dots, that represents the chocolate delegation, and those white dots, you in rural America, from the vanilla delegation. They did not forget you. That is Family Dollar in hot water, 41 million deep because of infestation. And guess what? Around food items. Oh, no, not around your pencils and your pens, around your food. Let me read so you don't have to. Family Dollar stores. And listen, and they wrote this awkwardly. Either I'm reading awkwardly. It doesn't matter. Family Dollar stores was this week ordered to pay $41.6 million for using a rodent-infested warehouse to distribute food, cosmetics, and medical devices to more than 400 stores across the South. Yes, I read that correctly. I'll do it one more time. Family Dollar, the hood Walmart. Before Dollar General rolled on the scene, Family Dollar was it for us. Southern rural, that's you. When I say rural, I mean the vanilla delegation. And us hood, that is the chocolate delegation, it was the Walmart. Family Dollar stores was this week ordered to pay $41.6 million for using a rodent-infested warehouse to distribute food and medical devices to more than 400 stores across the dirty South. Wow. And when we say rodents, we don't mean little bugs, we mean rats. The largest criminal, notice the word they're using right here. You throw Donnie J under it. They're telling you what these people are. The largest criminal penalty of its kind comes after a U.S. Food and Drug Administration investigation found live rodents, dead and decaying rodents, rodent doo-doo, feces, poo-poo, urine, which stinks also from a rodent, rat, and colors. And I don't mean the colors that you wear on the East and West to differentiate, so we can tell whose turf it is. No. Colors. Did you know that here in the South, Family Dollar, the hood Walmart, faced the largest criminal penalty of its kind because of the U.S. Food and Drug Administration investigated and found live rodents, deceased rodents, decaying rodents, rodent doo-doo, poo-poo, feces, urine, and odors, and evidence of gnawing and nesting. They pretty much live there. They live there and they'll make condominiums and little routes. Say what's up to the little rat homies, and then go getting your food. At the company's distribution center in West Memphis, that represents the chocolate delegation. While you in Memphis is worrying about rappers, is it Yo Gotti? Whoever the other one is, that slips my mind. You have rats at your Family Dollar. Yep. You're worrying about rappers. The Memphis Grizzly. What Ja Morant is doing. There's rats in your Family Dollar, which is the hood store, is the hood Walmart of chocolate America. Memphis, where the talk amongst African Americans, chocolates, and you Democrats, who's the best rapper? Yo Gotti, Young Dolph. You got rats at your Family Dollar. Rats at said Family Dollar. And I'm sure, oh, wow, this is interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little more information. The department said the fine was the largest ever, of course, in food safety in the United States. As part of an agreement, both Family Dollar and Dollar Tree, I didn't know this, they're the same family. Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, same thing, same thing. So there's goods in there going to the Dollar Tree too. Must meet robust. You think robust, you think coffee, some food. No, they're talking about robust, cleaning up the damn place and getting rid of the rats. Corporate reporting guidelines for the next 3 years. So long story short, ladies and gentlemen, Family Dollar has rats the size of cats in said distribution centers. And guess what? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Here's something else that you need to know. Now, it goes back to say this is cover stores in Louisiana, not Louisiana. They want you to enunciate it correctly. It's called Louisiana. In Louisiana, Arkansas, and Tennessee, that's where said rats, the food was going. So the plea agreement said that the August 2020, we just found out this in 2024, happened in 2020. The company first received reports of mouse and pest issues. Rats. We got rats in the South. We don't have mice. Although deliveries continue to 404 stores in Alabama, Missouri, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, and Tennessee. What you really know about the dirty South? Wow. The company admitted that some employees were, wow. The company admits that some, not all, some employees were aware in January 2021 that the conditions at the warehouses were illegal. Guess who the employees were? Management. Hakeem, Laura, who's a black girl, Lakeisha, got you. She's from the vanilla delegation. They don't give a damn when the bin let somebody else know. The whole hood would know. The whole trailer park would know. The whole farm would know. This is rural America. No. Management kept it to themselves. Story ends by saying, yet continued shipping goods from the warehouse until January 2022. So a whole damn year of rats enjoying poops on your makeup, your food items, your medical devices. Yep. There's things that go into your mouth. Well, it went into the rat's mouth first. But yeah, they continued shipping goods from the warehouse until January 2022, when the FDA's investigation revealed the extent of the infestation after the building was fumigated exterminators found 1,270 DOA rats. The DOJ said. Now let's round all this up to the nearest dollar. If you remember, the story begins with telling you they got fined $41 million, right? 42 million. I don't have my calculator, but what is 42 million? Let's do an exercise, ladies and gentlemen, shall we? We're going to take 42 million and we're going to divide that by the number of rats that were found on your makeup, your Kellogg's cornflakes, and everything else that Dollar Tree, Dollar Tree is in this too, but primarily Family Dollar. So we're going to take 42 million, right? I got you 42 million, and let's divide that by 1,270 rats, and they're paying a whopping $33,070 per rat. I know what you're thinking. The same thing I'm thinking. That's pretty damn cheap. That's pretty cheap. That is a pretty cheap fine to have to pay. $42 million for 1 year of shipping food items, cosmetics, and medical items to all the wonderful people in Mississippi, Louisiana, Missouri, Tennessee, Alabama. Sweet home Alabama, my ass. That's what Family Dollar is telling you. So remember these two things before I end this story. Number one, the FDA don't give a damn about the dirty South, or that would be $410 million. And number two, Family Dollar sold people in all those states up to including Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, and everybody else in between. Rat-infested goods. I start shopping at Dollar General if I was you. Smash the like button. Smash said like button, ladies and gentlemen. What in the said hell is going on? Family Dollar just got away with only having to pay $42 million for 1,200 rats that was running around, had made a club, dating each other, smoking weed on top of medical devices, drinking. You wonder why things taste a little differently? Ask the rats. And the FDA, Biden's FDA, only makes Family Dollar pay $42 million. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up, ladies and gentlemen. I know I didn't. You cannot make this up. That's exactly what the rats were doing, Double M. Dancing around the Gatorade, eating peanuts, right? You had a bag of pouch of peanuts, you eating them, you looked at the bottom like, damn, there's a hole there. I know the rats have been in it. What kind of this? Matt says, wasn't that hantavirus in the, oh my God. Hell, it's in everybody down south now. There's everybody down south. Shout out to you, fam, for being in here, Zakiba. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being here. That means a lot to me. Listen, I know what you're wondering. It's time to get to the main topics of discussion. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm hitting too many buttons. You're wondering. I'm wondering. The whole world is wondering. What you talking about, Walt Diddy? Trump is going back to SCOTUS again, but before he can do that, it seems that the Democrats are just like the Jedi. They are relentless. They are relentless. And we're building. Hackers threaten to release Trump's documents from Georgia case if they don't get ransom by Thursday. Tomorrow's Thursday. Tomorrow is Thursday, and I normally don't do this, but I will. Evidently, you don't watch the show. Evidently, Jerry, you don't watch the show. Sit your ass down and pay attention or go through my videos. You got me confused with a chocolate liberal like Al Sharpton and all them. So you don't watch the show. Welcome for being here. Welcome for being here. This is how 2020 was taken right here. People like you to do not listen, patient, and pay attention. As I mentioned, hackers threaten to release Trump documents from Georgia case if they don't get ransom by Thursday. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Tomorrow's Thursday. Can't wait. Can't wait to see what happens. There it is right there. According to the entire world, when Donnie J was just giving a speech like, hey, something ain't right. This don't make no sense. Go voice your opinion. And some chose to be escorted in to said place where they make laws and actually do a pretty good job of not burning it down and doing anything. That added up to a N, middle name Sir, last name Rection, which didn't happen. But this is an appealing story, and it could heat up the things that's going on with Fanny, because I'm black, but she goes by her legal name is Fanny. See what happens here. Let's read a few of the bullet points to find out what the said hell is going on in Georgia. Even Ray Charles, if he was alive, could see there's some BS. Bullet point number 1. Hackers set a ransom deadline of Thursday morning to release Fulton County court documents. Please release said documents. In bullet point number 2, it goes on to say, they claim the documents include files related to the criminal case against Donnie J, which there is no criminal case because they have not said what crime. What happened? What the hell did he do? Nothing. And given a speech, you can be charged for it. You chocolate delegation from Al Sharpton to everybody else is going to be out of business if it does not go Donnie J's way. I'm serious. You know, could you charge an athlete at the Super Bowl, at a parade to celebrate a championship, right? Let's get fired up. Let's go out and party. And I go out and party too hard and Moe's bar get burnt down. This is what we're doing. That's it. Bullet point number 3 clearly states the hacking group was shut down by law enforcement earlier this month, but they appear to be back. They get knocked down, but they get up again. And they're back. They're back, and I hope to see something real cool tomorrow because I'm going somewhere with this. Also, we find out the hacking group responsible for taking down Fulton County's websites in Georgia is threatened to publish documents from the state's court system, including the ones related to Donnie J, to find out what Fanny was doing, who he was doing it with, other than Nathan Wade, of course. That should be interesting. Let's skim through this to see what's going on. In a message posted Saturday in English and in Russian, can't make that up. Is everything always have to do with Vladimir? Do you know they have the economy of California? That. In a message posted online Saturday in both English and Russian, hello, I'm Vladimir Putin. The hacking group called Lockbit, can't mess that up, said they stole documents containing interesting things about Donnie J's court case that could affect the upcoming U.S. election. Please release those documents. Please. Continuing on with said farce, on a new website, the group posted a message claiming it had backed up the copies. So these are not just dumb hackers. These are not dumb hackers. They backed up the copies of the documents taken from the Fulton County government's website. Shout out to you, said hackers. But as we can see from this headline here, Lockbit works with affiliates to hack companies and government agencies. Why have you not brought Lockbit to justice, Biden administration? There you go. You figured it out. In the same gang, fam. There he is. Donnie J right there with the sweet red tie. Power blue. Looking sharp as he always do. Talk more shit than a little bit. Here is another quote. Even if one could discern the organization's motives. So they're saying, listen, if we figure out what the hell their motives are, we don't know why they took the documents. They don't know why they took said documents. Well, I hope they release them. Authorities appeared to negotiate with hackers earlier. Say what? We hear about if Donald Trump go outside right now and fart, and it blow down the street and somebody's smell it, they're going to be wanting to sue the man. We'd hear about it. But you telling me we have not heard about a hacking group that hacked Fulton County's records with former president of the United States, Donald J. Trump's name on it, and we don't know nothing about it. That's why you come to this show. That's why you come here. We're going to close this story out, but there she is, Fannie. Fannie, because I'm black. And I seem to think that the Fannie in said reflection in the string looks better than the Fannie on string. Fannie on strings looks a little tired, like I don't really want to be here. But look at the Fannie. I guess that's what they're showing us right here in this clip, ladies and gentlemen. Watch what's coming up and you tell me if I'm wrong. In the foreground that we can see holding the paper, that is Fannie. But Fannie in the back looks totally different. Now, I know they cut out her holding the paper, but it's like two different women. It's Fannie. You know, Fannie is in the, playing her role, district attorney. I've heard her speech, and I'm like, damn, well, you graduate. And then there's Fannie in the back. Fannie got her shit together. Fannie really wanting to talk, but Fannie keeps running her mouth. That is another video. Not going to make it here, but I thought I would point that out. Two things to remember about this story. Number one, hackers say they are releasing some paperwork that's going to affect the election via Donnie's J. Must be a bombshell, because if it could hurt him, we would already know that. And number two, how and why Biden's DOJ is not working on bringing this hacking group down, I don't know. Probably because they all in the same system. They work together, hang out together. Like, share, subscribe, hit the comment button. Or is it like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell? One of those two. Do something. Do something, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, plot getting thicker. The plot getting thicker, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what thickens it up. Let's get to the main event. What in said hell is going on? What is going on in America, ladies and gentlemen? Well, every time you turn it around, this man got 91 indictments. How do you get? I can't think of 91 things you can do. 91 indictments. Been sued by women old enough to be your great-grandmother. Get on the man, he make some shoes. He mad. Say he pandering to black people. Black people, wasn't no black people at that damn sneaker convention. I didn't hear from him. I did not hear from him. I see DJ Khaled with some shoes. He got them Trump shoes. Had to have them. Fat Joe. Had to have them, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're wondering, what you talking about, Walt Diddy? It's going down. Donald J. Trump has been kicked off the ballot in Illinois, ladies and gentlemen. This is unprecedented. What's going on? According to state of Illinois and a random judge, 14th Amendment disqualifies Trump from Illinois' ballot. Judge rules. I think the judge needs to get some new rules. Can Donnie J seem to get some new rules, ladies and gentlemen? 2024 will go down in history as one of the most bat-ish crazy years in the history of the earth. But there he is, Donnie J. Donnie J. Remember this about Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen, especially you colored people. Donnie J is cool. He cool. He understands chocolate people. Donnie J is like a Michael McDonald. Cool. Arthur Fonzarelli, the Fonz. The Fonz ain't got no problem with nobody as long as you cool. He like Ric Flair. The Nature Boy, I've never heard any black man call the Nature Boy Ric Flair racist, because he ain't. He Justin Timberlake. He Robin Thicke. He a Eminem. You know what I'm saying? He is the white dude that's like, wow, I like your culture. You cool. Let me help you. If you could just remember that African-American black chocolate delegation, everything would be better. I know what you're thinking. Walt Diddy, you digress. Yes, I did. And now I'm back on track. 14th Amendment. Most people didn't know what the 14th Amendment was. If I asked you right now, your life depended on it. What's the 14th Amendment? You can't tell me. I couldn't tell you. 14th Amendment disqualifies Trump from a ballot. Illinois judge says. Now, this is going to SCOTUS. Matter of fact, it's already been to SCOTUS with the Colorado thing. Evidently, the state of Illinois is banking on, hey, they're going to uphold the lower courts on the ballot issue. We're going to kick Donald Trump off everywhere we don't want him to be. Everywhere there's a Democrat attorney general, election board, right, this is what you're going to find. That small election board that runs your counties and states are going to want to kick him off the ballot. But that same election board had nothing to say in 2020. Keep that in mind. In 2020, everything was rosy. Everything was good. They didn't have no power. Blah, blah, blah. Here is some civics class 101. It's called separation of power. That's why we have a legislative branch, a judicial branch, and 45 was leader of executive branch. I know you don't understand that, millennial and zillennial. That's why they pulling the wool over your said eyes. Let's continue on in. There's Donnie J, the Ric Flair of politics. But as we can see, a Illinois judge. Right? That is a different branch. Equal powers, but different. And some powers are more than others. We'll get into that. Illinois judge removed former President Trump from the state's ballot on Wednesday, citing the 14th Amendment in middle name, sir, last name, Rection. That did not happen. Clause. Now, I want you to think about that. If that was said in middle name, sir, last name, Rection, what the said hell do you all be doing when you protest and start burning up shit? What is that? Exactly. Pretty much the equivalent. But not when it has to do with Donald Trump Fonzarelli. Here's the big picture according to this Axios article. The big picture. The ruling which Cook County, I'm sorry. I said it right the first time. The ruling which Crook County Circuit Judge, we'll get into that in a moment, Tracy Porter, immediately put on hold in anticipation of the appeal coming to SCOTUS, which really is how SCOTUS rules on Trump versus Colorado. Now, back to this Crook County Circuit Judge. What is a circuit judge? Circuit judge way down here. Then you got Superior Court judges, federal judges, federal appeals court judges. This is why all this litigation is going on, and Kellogg's get to tell your families to eat cereal for dinner because you are more worried about this, which is a farce. Bullet point number 3. The pending ruling in the Colorado case by the nation's highest court could have broad implication for Donnie J's presidential candidacy nationwide. So this is going to go up the ladder. What would happen, ladies and gentlemen, long story short, what happens if SCOTUS comes back? Maybe 6-3 against Donnie J and saying, hey, states have rights to choose. That means all hell breaks loose, constitutional crisis everywhere, especially in swing states where the Democrats have control of election boards, judges, the right mechanisms. He'd come off the ballot. In retaliation, places like Texas, Ohio, where the attorney general is a Republican, and other states like Florida, where Ron DeSantis is down there, you could face a constitutional crisis where on election day, no one gets 270. No one gets 270, Mrs. Genius, non-binary Democrat. The House of the House of Representatives choose the president. Not next year, this current House, right? Where they have a very slim majority, but a majority, none said the less. It would come down to them. Remember these two things before we go on to the main event. Number one, it's only a matter of days, few weeks before SCOTUS has to rule on Trump versus Colorado, and it sets up election business forever. It sets up the rest of this political season. It's a huge chess move to Donnie J being taken off the ballot in multiple states and a future constitutional crisis on election day when no one gets 270. And B, my prediction that it goes Donnie J's way and we're going to see Michelle Obama surface in the month of June as the candidate, her and Gavin Newsom, or vice versa. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm thinking. Already at SCOTUS right now, Trump versus Colorado. It is huge. It sets politics for history. Once they make a decision, you can make some laws, but it can't go against their final say. We in the Constitution gives them the final say. It's going to be huge. There's something that you need to know also. It's not over yet. So if you're wondering what you talking about, Walt Diddy, the big one, ladies and gentlemen. The big one, ladies and gentlemen. We just talked about how a Crook County judge rules Donald Trump should be removed from the ballot. As a matter of fact, let's take a quick listen and you take a look, and this is how it came down the pipe.
News tonight involving former President Trump. A Cook County judge has ordered the Illinois Board of Elections to remove Trump from ballots statewide, this for the March 19th primary. However, the judge also issued an immediate stay to her own order to give time for the former president's attorneys to appeal this. A group of voters claims he should be barred for engaging in insurrection during the January 6th Capitol attack. The judge is giving the former president's lawyers until Friday to appeal.
So in conclusion of the first story, he has until Friday to appeal. This has all happened today, ladies and gentlemen. Number one, a hacker group says they're going to release information concerning this very criminal case based out of Georgia, starring Fannie, who is the professional, and Fonnie is the super freak. She's the super freak that is with Nathan Wade. And we see that the state of Illinois have made their move. I'm promising you this, ladies and gentlemen. Number one, if SCOTUS comes back and say, hey, states, you are right call. You can take this man off the ballot. It's going to set off ripple effects throughout the nation. And every action has an equal and opposite reaction. You can expect the GOP to fight back hard and start ripping Joe Biden off some states where they're in control in Ohio. They're in control in Florida. You take Biden off the ballot in Ohio and Florida, he can't get 270. And Pennsylvania is another state. You don't understand what's really going on here. This is 4D chess politics. So that's something to think about. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I just helped you out a lot with that one, ladies and gentlemen. There is said judge right there, as you can see her. That is the sister judge. Why? Ask yourself this, ladies and gentlemen. Why does the Democrats have black women leading the charge against Donald Trump? Why is there a black woman judge in Illinois? Right? It's tactical, it's strategical. Why is there a black judge, female, taking Trump off the ballot in Illinois. Why is Lita James, right, the Black Jesse James daughter, doing what she's doing in New York? Why is Fani bringing the first criminal case against a former president in the history of this country, and she's a district attorney, not a federal prosecutor? Right? This is not a federal judge. The Black Jesse James daughter does not work for the federal government as a prosecutor. Why? Right there. So I want everyone to know right now, it's hard to even put the chocolate man in your race talks. Evidently there's a war going on, but it ain't the black man and the white man. It seems to be sister girls on the left is at war with you. And I don't know what you're going to do about it. I don't know what you're going to do about it. I know what I'm going to do. Get the hell out of the way. Get said hell out of the way, ladies and gentlemen. This is it right here. This is a huge, huge, huge thing right now. It's been going on for weeks and weeks. Go ahead and ask. What you talking about, Walt Diddy? Donald Trump immunity case. Donald Trump's immunity case has went to SCOTUS, and let's hear it from said horse's mouth over at CBS.
This is a CBS News special report. I'm Nora O'Donnell in Washington, and we have breaking news from the Supreme Court in an important case for former President Donald Trump. He claims presidential immunity protects him from federal criminal charges related to the January 6th assault on the Capitol. Let's bring in Chief Legal Correspondent Jan Crawford, who covers the High Court for us. All right, Jan, what is the court saying?
The court is saying that they are going to decide that issue, whether President Trump is immune from criminal prosecution, which obviously would mean can he be tried for his actions around January 6th.
So we said, they just put it on the table, ladies and gentlemen. This is all going to be if he can actually be tried. Him being in the executive branch of federal government as a sitting president making comments, the very speech that he made while president by a district attorney on the county level, Bonnie Williams. Pay attention.
Now, President Trump lost in the Court of Appeals on this issue. The Court of Appeals, in a unanimous ruling with Republican and Democratic appointees, said that he does not have that kind of sweeping absolute immunity from prosecution. So he went right to the Supreme Court and asked the court to put a hold on this case. Now, today, the court is saying the case will remain on hold, but they're also granting a request by the special counsel, Jack Smith, to consider the merits of this case. They're going to decide this case, and they're going to decide it relatively quickly. They're setting arguments for the week of April 22nd. And why is that date important? That means the court is likely to have a decision in this case on whether Trump can be prosecuted for the actions around January 6th. They will have a decision by the end of June, which means there would still be time. If the Justice Department decides to proceed, there would still be time for a trial before the election.
That is a key point. We're actually looking.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you see the impact of this? There's a lot going on. This is all today. First, hackers say they're going to release documents about very information and evidence that Fani, aka Fannie, that's her sister girl name, Willis has in Fulton County. Number two, African-American type woman judge tells the election board to kick Donald J. Trump off ballot in Illinois. Number three, the Supreme Court of the United States says, hey, we're going to hear this immunity case. What Trump's saying is, hey, president got to be protected about what he's saying. This does not mean if he commits WAR crimes, not to be held accountable. No, none of those things. If he get caught stealing from Family Dollar where they had all them rats down south, no. Get caught stealing, no. He punched Joe Biden in the eye. No, can't do that. You don't get no immunity. Immunity from his words. Right. If we look back at said case in Georgia, there's not one witness that said, hey, they said if I didn't do this, they're going to bust me in the head with a brick. No. There's been not one witness for Fonnie Willis that Donnie J and his team paid me to come in here and say, hey, that woman you seen stuff in that machine, that was fake. Nope. They didn't say, hey, I am the Hollywood video editor. You've seen some of my movies. I have edited the top movies in Hollywood, and I fixed that camera and all the evidence visually that Rudy G was showing. I've not met that person. The Supreme Court has a lot to do with 2024 and the election selection process. Pay attention.
At the remarks from the Supreme Court there about this particular case. Jim, explain how this sets the stage for a landmark ruling on presidential power.
Another landmark ruling on presidential power. This would be the third case the court is taking up this term that will affect Donald Trump in some way or another. This one, obviously, remember, they still have the Colorado case. Can he be disqualified from the ballots by any state that said he was an insurrectionist? We're waiting on that decision. This case will determine whether or not he can be prosecuted by special counsel Jack Smith, whether or not under core principles of separation of powers and executive power, whether or not he can be prosecuted or if he's absolutely immune for his acts as president. Those are issues the Supreme Court has never considered because no president has ever been criminally prosecuted for crimes they may have committed while in office. But I think the Supreme Court really had no choice but to take this up under Supreme Court rule.
I agree with that statement. The Supreme Court had no choice but to take this up. But what said crimes? You do not understand, ladies and gentlemen. Average Joe, Jane, Hakeem, Lamont, Julio, Kim Sung Lao, Felipe. You do not understand. This is a said case, right? This is for a federal prosecution. Biden's administration, his Justice Department, to try Johnny J for giving a damn speech. Not only is it telling you this, it's telling everybody that was at said listening speech there in the flesh and around the globe that you're stupid, and this man can just say something and, that's what he mean. Let me go do it. This is where we at. Now, they get away with doing Donnie J like this. I'm promising you, BLM, Antifa, all y'all like to protest and holler with your damn megaphones, you on damn jail. You're going to find in the days, months, years to come, you're going to go to jail. That mouth that you love to run so much, when it comes back to you, it's no fun when the rabbit has the gun. Ask Elmer Fudd. Elmer Fudd goes hunting. I'm hunting Wabbit. He find Wabbit, but Wabbit's smart enough to get the damn shotgun, and it's no fun then. And we don't have fun. It's no fun when the rabbit has said gun.
When they're trying to decide whether they're going to grant a case, one of the rules is if it's a hugely important issue of constitutional law and it's never been decided, the court needs to grant cert to decide it. I don't think this means the court's necessarily going to reverse the lower court. I think that would be surprising, but they believe that they have an obligation to decide this important issue of law, and they're going to do it relatively quickly, not as fast as Jack Smith wanted. He wanted arguments in March. So they're saying toward the end of April, but still enough time to have a decision this term.
Just fascinating what we're looking at. I want to bring in Jessica.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, guess what else will be going on said summer? If they have their way, right? The Dems have their way, Biden's administration have their way. One, SCOTUS will come back and say, listen, states' rights, kind of stand behind that and grant Colorado's wish. Right. That's option number one that can happen. Option number one, come back with a 6-3, 5-4 decision. More likely a 5-4 decision that, hey, Colorado, you got it right. Yeah, that's what you want to do with your power to elect a a POTUS, I've had it. The second thing that would just make Democrat Nation go absolutely ape-ish crazy is SCOTUS come back again with a 5-4. There is no immunity. President must be held accountable for everything that he or she does or says. Keep that in mind. You're setting precedent. This is precedent. Must be accountable for his or her. Now, how does the court shape up, ladies and gentlemen? If you don't know, it's sitting about 6'3", air quotes, conservative. Who are the conservatives? Let me help you out. You have Justice Breyer. You have my man, love him, you do too, Clarence Thomas, Kavanaugh, Amy Coney Barrett, Neil Gorsuch, and sometimes John Roberts. John Roberts is the Chief Justice and a defector. There's no need for me to name the Dems for two reasons. Number one, I don't have so many hands. Number two, I don't care. They can afford to lose Justice Roberts, who probably don't like Donnie J, and it can go 5-4. That's the way it's a majority rule. There's 9 justices. My prediction is probably it's going to be 6-3. 6-3 saying that, hey, Colorado, you got it wrong. You can't do that. You got to convict the man of something. In the immunity case, that's going to be a little funky. It's going to come back 5-4 the other way. Donnie J may lose one. He may lose Breyer. Breyer will feel like, okay, let me give you this back for the Roe Wade. I feel comfortable in saying no less than 5-4 on the first count that Colorado, you got it wrong. Can't just kick the man off the ballot for aiming. There's no convictions, dude. Sorry. He has not insurrected nothing until you prove it. But they may make a mistake and punt, right? They could punt and say, hey, Dems, here you go one. The president is not immune of prosecution. You could look for a 5-4 that, no, he's not above prosecution. There is no precedent. It's the first time this has ever happened in history. That happens, this is what you get, ladies and gentlemen. Biden's DOJ will prosecute Donnie J, right? How? I don't know. And it'll go on with him receiving the nomination from the Republican Party in July 15th. And I'm about to start a GoFundMe. You can help me get there because I want to go to the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, July the 15th through the 17th. This man could be in court during the day and going there to give an acceptance speech that night. This also explains why Nikki Haley will not leave the race. She's hoping that, hey, the Dems win, and SCOTUS says, yep, you can take him off the ballot, and yep, he does not get immunity. But remember this, ladies and gentlemen, what happens to Donnie J? It happened to you, sir. Be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you ask for. And just if your diabolical plan does work, Democrats, and I hope it does not, there's a strong chance that the Republicans will win the House and the Senate, because that's the way it works with things like this, and Joe would be removed. This is a very, very sticky situation. Remember these two things before I end this story. Number one, I'm predicting right now it's going to be 5-4. 5-4 that Donnie J wins against Colorado, and it's going to be the flip side. I hate to say this. Be mad at me later. 5-4, no presidential immunity. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and remember this, because I'm right. If you do not stand on freedom, ladies and gentlemen, tyranny is going to stand on you. There's no way around it. No way around it, ladies and gentlemen. That's my theory. That's my thesis. That is said information for the day. Rest of the show is yours, ladies and gentlemen. What have you? This is a sticky situation. Double M says exactly. J to the 6 was a tour guide. Absolutely. Which we will get to see. Now, SCOTUS, we only get to hear oral arguments. Here's something I want to throw in too, Double M. On the State of the Union address is late this year. He's going to have it the 11th, after Super Tuesday, which is Tuesday. Insane. Shout out for the fire, Queen. I appreciate it. Teo says, I am late to the live stream. It's all good. This is a growing channel, and they throttle me a whole lot. I'm not going to lie. I think I am one of the most throttled channels in history of YouTube, but I keep working hard at said information, and that's just what I think. I think that it's going to be a sticky situation politically. I don't know how Donnie J wins both. I feel confident that Amy Coney Barrett, Kavanaugh, Gorsuch, Clarence Thomas, Judge Breyer says, hey, Colorado, you got it wrong. He wins there. But I think he may lose Breyer with the immunity. It's going to set precedent. Right. Without presidential immunity, everything they say and do going to be held against them. And you're not going to want that. Because I'm going to tell you this story again, ladies and gentlemen, you on the left. Watch an episode of Bugs Bunny with Elmer Fudd. Elmer's going out to hunt rabbit. He's happy, ecstatic, high energy, bang, bang, bang. Or, if you don't like Elmer Fudd,